Software engineering has become a popular job in recent years. The promise of an extravagant salary, a comfortable lifestyle, and job security. And while many new people enter the field, one thing stays the same: the social stigma. Computer science majors are notorious across campuses worldwide for being awkward and irritating. Now, I don't want to make a judgment on whether or not it's true, but it is strange, isn't it? The field has changed so much over the years, but the stereotype has always stayed the same. Is it because the major attracts a certain type of person? Maybe. Do other fields also have their own fair share of oddballs? Probably. Could it all just be confirmation bias? I won't say. But I want to bring up something that I feel doesn't get talked about enough. Let me tell you about how studying computer science actually trains you to be pedantic. Someone who is pedantic is like a pedant. Great definition, I know. A pedant is a person who is excessively concerned with minor details and rules, or with displaying academic learning. There are a lot of ways a person can be pedantic. What's the square root of 4? 2.
Actually, it's 2 and negative 2.
What's the integral of 2x? X squared, right?
Actually, it's x squared plus c.
Oh man, I woke up this morning looking like Frankenstein.
Actually, I think you mean Frankenstein's monster.
Now, it's natural to be annoyed when someone does this to you. Something about computer science, though, makes it happen a lot more often. My theory is that correcting people is not just a personality trait, it's a way of life. And here's why. Let's assume you're just a regular, not annoying person studying computer science, and that you'll be in university for 4 years. Year 1. Oh boy, I can't wait to learn coding. AI is so interesting. I want to learn about the cloud and all the other fancy words I hear. Seems I'm missing a semicolon. Okay, well, thanks for telling me that. I was wrong. I missed another one. I see, it's kind of funny that you're telling me I'm missing a semicolon, but you won't just put it there for me? Oh, the program needs this. Seg fault. Compiler error. Of course this doesn't run. I didn't do X. Oh, this doesn't run because I didn't do Y. I hate this so much. I can't wait to be done with this. Did you mean X? The beginning of a CS degree is full of pedantry, not only from your professors and your classmates, but from your very homework assignments. The computers you are supposed to be learning to program actively correct you every single day. Every single time you choose to study or do homework, you will be corrected by a computer. Slowly, this begins to shift the gears of the brain. It starts to become normal to get corrected every day. You cannot learn without being corrected. CS 201, Year 2. I've learned the basics of computer engineering. Now I get corrected by my computer all the time, but I'm used to it. Time to go read some documentation and get some help from Stack Overflow. Oh, engineers correcting themselves on the internet too? I thought it was just a college thing. Oh, it's on Stack Overflow? On GitHub? Sheesh, this is weird. Can't these people be a little friendlier? Oh well, let me do my algorithms homework. Here's my assignment. Oh, there's an edge case I missed. There's no way I lose points for this, right? Okay, fine, now that I think about it, the professor is technically correct. Fine, you win. Year 3. Oh boy, it's time to study to get an internship. Time to do some coding interview practice. Here's some problems, another edge case. Alright, let's go. Year 4. Alright, time to put together my big final project. It's been tough, but I'm making it. Oh, here's a little thing. I was wrong on that. Let me fix it real quick. I was wrong on this. Let me add these. Graduation and beyond. I've optimized all the test cases and got my job at a FANG company. Now it's time to optimize my finances. I am not going to miss out on this edge case of forgetting to invest in my Roth IRA backdoor. Oh, and don't forget about my 502c fund. Ah, this customer is seeing a rare edge case on his product. I didn't think of that. You know what? Let me go fix it. I think you get the point here. A computer science degree teaches you a pedantry that extends outside of the degree. The brain of a computer science major is hard coded to find edge cases and to bring them up because that is what happens every day in the field. It extends to every aspect of life. A skill I admire the most in engineers is the eye for detail. An eye for detail is an eye that can spot bugs. It can identify issues before they happen, issues in design before they start to affect development. It's one of the things that separates the good from the great. But to go from great to the best, you can't be pedantic. You need emotional intelligence and self-awareness. The problem is that the skills that make you a good engineer are not the skills that make you an enjoyable person to be around. You could be having a casual conversation around a dinner table discussing a show. Guys, I think Death Note is the epitome of detective fiction.
It's pronounced epitome, and actually Agatha Christie invented detective fiction, so you're wrong there.
The pedantry of a programmer in this situation is infuriating, but I want to be empathetic. The pedantry of the programmer in this situation is misinterpreted as being disrespectful or socially unaware. It sours the interaction. A few small changes to language and attitude can make all the difference. Actually, that's wrong. Could be, I see it a bit differently. How about, did you know how to do X? Could be, are you familiar with X? And it must be that X is true. It's safe to say that X is true. The idea here is to prevent confrontation from even having to happen. You want to do this by maintaining a conversational and informal tone. When you speak informally and conversationally, it feels like a conversation. It doesn't feel like it has to be a debate where the other side has to argue with you just to be heard. Obviously, there are many other important skills. Active listening, focusing on solutions instead of problems, and sometimes just not saying anything at all. I myself am quite pedantic, sometimes to a fault. I like to focus on technicalities to the point of annoying others. I like to inject unrelated facts into conversations. And I cannot stand when someone else is wrong about something that I know is right, even if it doesn't matter at all. In social settings, the big thing that happens with me is backseat gaming. I do it all the time when I'm watching friends play games. I'll tell them to equip armor or talismans and insist that this is the best option, when in reality it doesn't really matter much. While it does come from a good place, all it ends up doing is just causing annoyance. I'm sure that there's a lot of people who have their own examples of being too pedantic in their lives, and if you do, let me know in the comments. Now, let's say you're working on a project. It's simple to see how having a pedantic person on your team could be a bad thing. But I think there are a lot of cases where it can actually be a really good thing, especially in software. It is often the most pedantic developers who are out there fixing the low priority issues and correcting the edge cases that matter. Issues that aren't worth solving on paper, but add up over time. I want people to have a greater appreciation for the pedantic person in their life. They always have an explanation for everything. It's kind of fun. I like hearing about when people have certain specific feelings or opinions and can articulate them really well. Like whether you should drink water before or after a workout. Sometimes it's fun to get corrected and learn new things. Sometimes it's fun to ask someone a simple question and get a 500-word essay in response. So the next time you encounter someone who seems overly focused on details, remember this. They might just be a great problem solver in disguise. But what do you think? Have you ever found yourself correcting others too much? Do you feel like there's more that I missed? Let me know. Oh, and while you're on the side there, don't forget to hit like and subscribe. If you liked this video, you might like some of the other videos on my channel as well. I like to talk about math and games and all sorts of random stuff, so please give them a watch. As always, have a great rest of your day. Thanks for watching.